Hey, busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica, and it is the last Monday of the month, so you know what that means. That is right. It is the Journaling Our Way, hosted by my friend Tasha, with Sunflower Tasha, as well as my friend Tiffany, with Simply Blessed Crafts. Be sure to go head on over and give their channel some love, as well as the rest of the creators that is in the playlist linked down below. So, junk journaling is very addictive, and here's my junk journal journey. It's no projects, it's just, we're just going to jump in and do it. So, I started off by doing one little project. I took that egg, and I just go ahead and trace around that old paper, and yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and cut it out. This, I think, is so cute. I did do a little bit of mistake, so now I know next time to not pull it so tight. But I will get to that pretty soon. So now that I'm cutting it out, what is taking so long? Anyways, so apparently I'm showing you how to cut out paper because I graduated kindergarten? I don't know. So come on, Jess. We don't have all day. Okay, so now that it's all cut out, I'm just going ahead and measuring it out, making sure that everything needs to be where it's at, that they're at least very close together. So now what I did is I took a little jar, and I'm just going to cut out a little hole in the middle. No, we're not making an avocado. Who said that? Anyways, so instead of trying to cut it and bend the paper, I didn't want to do that. So I just go ahead and take my handy dandy little blade that my middle son, gave me for Christmas. I love this tool. It's one of my favorite ones in the entire craft room. So, thank you, Charles. And I go ahead and cut it out. So, now I take some plastic wrap, and this is where I kind of mess up. So, I use my Aleene's clear tacky glue, and it's transparent. It's clear. Of course, I just said that. Yeah, you guys are listening. You guys got it. I take a little piece of plastic wrap, and I go ahead and fighting with it right now because plastic wrap for some reason wants to stick to everything except for the bowl that you're actually trying to put it on to preserve the food, but that's beside the point. That's for a different discussion on a different day in a different channel. Okay, so I go ahead and I use the tacky glue and I go all the way around. Here's where I pulled it tight. I should not really have done that. I should have left it a little bit loose. But this is the first time of me making one of these things, so that's cool. So that right there is resin mix. I do a lot of resin work, so I just go ahead and be like, hey, that's kind of springy and cute, and it has the same type of colors that the paper has. So we're just going to make a little shaker. Now right there, I poured out a little bit too much, so I had to put some back, because in this craft room, I really prefer not wasting product. I don't like to waste anything, to tell you the truth. And so now I'm going ahead with the same Aleene's clear tacky glue. I am pushing it down, or gluing it down. And I take the top one and yeah, there we go. And then of course I had to fight with it because the scissors, well, the plastic wrap wanted to fight with the scissors. So there we go. So at least I did not make you guys watch all of that. So be grateful for that. I'm just saying there. So there we go. There's the finished product for that one. Now, I only made one because I'm doing a little Easter theme for this junk journal. And guys, the way the pages turn out, I am very, very impressed. I must say myself. But anyways, continuing back on with the project. I'm going ahead and taking the same clear tacky glue. And I am just taking some purple and white baker's twine and putting it all the way around the little egg. The reason why I chose purple is because there are like lavender colors in the mix, in the resin mix, and I just wanted to pull everything together. Now right there, I was trying to dry the glue and then realized that there's plastic wrap, and I probably shouldn't use the heat gun on the plastic wrap. By the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, the plastic wrap did not melt, and I did not have to throw the project across the room or out the window. So there is a plus right there. Always try to stay as positive as you possibly can. So now it shakes a little bit, and there's the actual finished product. It shakes a little bit, but not as much as I like. So now I got these off of Creative Fabrica. I am an affiliate with Creative Fabrica, and the links to these will be in the description box down below as well. And yeah, so we have Easter tags, we have Easter fussy cuts, we have Easter images. I cut every single one of them out. No, you do not have to watch it. Be grateful. Okay, so that is something that I did make in a earlier video, and I just go ahead and decided that we're going to stick with the cream color theme going on, and I glue it down. Now what that is that's 3 glued envelopes for pockets. Now I love pockets. Pockets are wonderful. That little scrap piece of paper I actually got from the Dollar Tree before Dollar Tree decided to start disappointing people. And right here is an unnecessary step because I end up covering it up, but I wanted to try it anyways. And so I just take some stencils that I got from, I believe I got those from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm using there is called something. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, that's called old paper. And that's what I'm doing. I'm distressing it. I'm putting, it's the Distress Oxide ink, Tim Holtz, and it's called Old Paper. I like the way that color turned out. It's really cute, and it's not the first time that I'm going to be using distressing ink in one of my projects in this film. I actually like it. I have a lot of distressed ink that I need to start doing a little bit more. So right there, I just go ahead and I just mess up the sides a little bit. And then I take that little paper and I go ahead and tack it down. And I was trying not to cover up all the roses, but that did not work out too well. So then I take that paper that I had laying in my stash. I have a whole box of paper craft stuff, and yeah. So then I take that spring thing that I got from Creative Fabrica, and I lay it down there. And I noticed that there was 2 flowers at the bottom, and so I have these flowers from Hobby Lobby, and they matched the flowers. There was one pink, one yellow, and I just go ahead and glue it down. Now, I started out using the tacky glue. I switched over to the hot glue because it was faster, and I don't think you guys want to be here for 45 years watching me decorate 2 pages of a junk journal. So yeah, I was looking out for you guys. All right, I was. Okay, and so now here I am. I'm like, okay, need something else. So I take that little ribbon, a little scrap ribbon that I have. Always keep the scraps, guys. Always keep the scraps. And I put that over there on the top. And then here I have this little flower paper that I have from a pack from when I was doing cards. And I noticed that the flowers down there, the little bead that they had in there did not stick. So I just put 2 little faux gems in there. And it turns out really cute. It really does. And yeah, here we go. We're just gluing stuff down. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm making sure that stuff stays glued down. That is a wooden Easter bunny that I got from either Hobby Lobby or the Dollar Tree a long time ago. I also used the old paper and I distressed him a little bit more, and then I went with ground espresso around the edges. I'm trying to stay neutral, natural feel, and not really bright colors or anything like that. So I go ahead and place him down, and I was like, okay, it's looking pretty good. Well, then I got a little pink pom-pom right there, and it's from Hello Hobby. Hello Hobby is a Walmart brand, and so that's where I got them. So then I had these 2 paper flowers that were floating around here. I mean, I have boxes of everything all over the place. Yeah, my house isn't big enough for all my craft supplies. And then I didn't want it to be too white up there, so I just go ahead and dab it with some pink. I think it's Spun Sugar, the pink one. No, it's called Pickled Raspberry. And that's what I did there. So then I take some blocks or the Scrabble pieces that I got off of Amazon, and I just go ahead and place down spring, going diagonal, and then I take another one of the images that I got off of Creative Fabrica, and we're going to start decorating the pockets. And I like the way that turned out, but I'm like, it needs something else. And so as I'm thinking about the top where the spring is for the Creative Fabrica, I start putting little flowers there. So I put two yellows and a pink in the top corner, and then 2 pinks and a yellow in the bottom corner. And that kind of set the mood for that. And so I was like, okay, that looks pretty good. We don't want to do too much because everything is falling into place and everything is looking pretty good. Now I'm making you guys watch me clean. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is done. I'm going through the little images, and I find that one, and I want to do a layered look. And so I do that, and then I go ahead and do that. And then we just have them overlapping just a little tiny bit. And yeah, now we're just going to go ahead and glue them down like that. All right, and then again, right there. And I think that's it for that one. Now I do come back to that other side with the bigger image, and I end up removing that and using something else because I had a place for that. So now we're going to go ahead and just blah, blah. Yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied here, guys. My asthma is not being very friendly to me today. And then so, I made one of those little books before in a separate video, and I just go ahead and tack that down. So what I did here is I should not have done this. I should not have used that glue tape. I love that glue tape. It is wonderful, and it holds amazingly. But I take the same purple and white baker's twine, and I go all the way around the image. Unfortunately, the twine was not as big, so I kind of got a little bit of sticky there. And that's when I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so I'm like trying to figure out how to make it less sticky. And then I was like, well, maybe I could put things around it, but that just did not look right to me. So I go ahead and take that back. And then right there, I'm trying to get all the sticky off, but that stuff is really good, and the sticky just, it stays sticky. So then here I'm trying to find little things to put on the bottom, and yeah, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do about the sticky yet, so we're just going to go ahead and tack it down. It is sticking to the pages a little bit, but I find a way to, and I left a little pocket, so it does have a side pocket under that booklet. Now that booklet has papers in it, so you could go ahead and journal in it if you want to. Now, I do journal, but I do it off camera because that's my personal thoughts and my personal feelings. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep those to myself. And here I am. I'm trying to figure out placements, and I like that. It says enjoy today. So I keep that there. And then that rose, I think it's on rice paper, which is great. So it's kind of transparent, and it kind of has like a foggy look or whatever. Yeah. And then I just take another scrap piece of paper that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I place down another little Easter thing. And then here I'm like, okay, so on the side of the book, I'm like, okay, that's kind of plain. So I took another piece of scrap paper that I got from the paper booklets, as well as those sunflowers, and then a little bit of a green thing, kind of trying to mix colors. So one thing that's a little bit of a problem with me is I'm kind of uniform. If I have one candlestick, then I need two candlesticks if there's something in the middle. So I'm kind of uniform. Junk journaling is taking me out of that comfort zone and making me mix colors that don't really belong, that mix textures that don't belong, and just do stuff that kind of resemble each other, but not quite. So this is why it was so much fun. I actually spent a lot of time crafting with this video, and yeah, almost missed making dinner. Yeah. If it wasn't for my husband coming home from work, I was like, oh my goodness, it's already 4. And then, yeah. So I actually had to stop. Otherwise, you guys would have probably been here for the next, 12 years watching me. So I'm taking the same thing that I used on the side of the book, and I'm just going ahead and trimming that out. Now, I do there's a hole at the top, and that's fine, because what I do is I put a little thing to cover the hole, and everything turns out cute. Just a little tiny, it looks like 2 tags tied with a string, and it's just a little paper thing. So we have that done, this done, and here I am going, what do I do about that stickiness? And then I get a bright idea. I take one of the pom-poms, see that green pom-pom? I fuzz it. Yeah, and it worked pretty good. And then I'm just going to put it right there in the middle of that sunflower green thing, and it turned out cute. Yeah, I like it. So now it's like, okay, what do we do with the back? So now the back, we're going to add some stuff, and then for that blank page right there, we're going to do some interactive stuff. And I just layered those two there. And then I decided to use the egg that we made earlier and put that down there. And then I liked the way that looked as well. And it's just a couple of flowers, and they're in French. And so, yeah, they might have been stickers, but I just glued them down. So there you go. And then there's that page. Oh, and then I just took some yellow writing paper that has birds on them, and I'm just sticking them in the little pockets because, like I said, I do journal. I just journal off screen, so that way it's my own personal thoughts, my own personal feelings. And yeah, so those I got from Amazon. They're metal, and I'm just going to frame out the other page that's right there. And yeah, it turns out really cute. I like those. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and just glue them down. Now, just because they are metal or aluminum, aluminum and hot glue is hot, so be very careful if you use that. And yeah, that's why I have the finger protector on, because yeah, it's hot. That's all I have to say. It's terribly hot. Right here, I'm off screen. I'm terrible. I know, for shame on me. But I'm just going ahead and gluing them down right here. I'm not going to get it off screen. I am just going to go ahead and glue it down. So now that I got those in place and it's framed out that page really good, we are going to go back to some of our things. Now right here, I'm going to make a tag. And I just took a piece of scrap paper, folded it in half, and then started layering it with other scrap paper and an image right there, because two of the scrap papers are hanging off. They were kind of flimsy, and I did not want that. Right here is where I kind of messed up. I did not want it sticking that far out. But the good thing about junk journaling is if you mess up, then it was supposed to be like that. I did that on purpose. So yeah, you can't really mess up a junk journal. So there you go. So then I found one of these little doilies in my stash as well, and I glued everything down to that, and I overlapped the beginning of the tag, and then I take another little Easter image with a little bunny rabbit on it, and glue that down. So now here I am going to be layering some more stuff, and I left those two sides open so that way there's a pocket there, and pocket on the bottom as well. And then I like that blue, and it's a pop of color, and I go ahead and take that down, or glue that down with that tape. So then I take that image of a small child with a rabbit, and there's a little bit of a blue in there, so it's bringing out the blue a little bit better, and I tack that down. And so now we have a layered look there. And then I'm going to take these stickers that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby as well. They look like little flowers, and I hot glue them down. Yes, they have a sticky, but those stickies don't always work, and they'll end up falling off, so I just hot glue everything down. And that's what I did here. I did light blue, dark blue, light blue, dark blue along the edge of that page, or that little thingamajiggity that I made there, and now I'm putting everything back. So now it's like, okay, what else do we do here? So then I have a tag, which is also, you open it up and it's got like a little writing area there as well. And on top of the writing area is also another pocket. I like pockets. I like things, even my purse has to have a lot of pockets. So right here, I was like, I'm going to make this interactive. So what I did is I took a brad and I just poke it through, open it up, and so now there you go. And now it's an interactive page. There's going to be something hidden under it. Don't know what it is going to be just yet, but we're going to do that. And then I hide the brad behind another image right there, so that way if you want to so here I found a piece of paper. Oh, there's that egg. So that egg I got from the Dollar Tree a long time ago, and it's wooden and it has a little bead, and I decided to keep it there. Yeah, and so I put it there. And then, of course, I hot glued it down. And then I take these two carrots. Well, I think I do. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, yeah. I take the two carrots that are little wood pieces as well, and I do them in the color ripe. I don't know that word. And then the other one is mowed lawn. Persimmon. Oh yeah, ripe persimmon. Dirt. And that's what I do there. And so I tack those down, and then I decided to take that little piece of paper that has a little bit of blue in it as well as green, and I put it down to match the small child with a rabbit. And I was like, well, it just can't be a random piece of paper there. That's a little weird. And so I take a small snip of a ribbon and I put it down. And then I take the purple button that I have, not button, it's a sticker. And it's a 3D sticker. They're like made of resin, and they're sticker on the back. I take the purple one and I just put it down in the middle of the ribbon. And then right there, off camera, I put a small strand of beads and a little flower across the rabbit, his neck or her neck. And then I take some faux diamonds that are on the spring on the next page, on the page over that we did first. And I just go ahead and tack those down as well around the little rabbit. And then I take the same beads that I used for the wooden rabbit. I go around and I frame out the round part on that. And of course I use hot glue because I don't have time for waiting for the other one to dry. I don't. And so I just go ahead and continue on around that. And there we go. Almost done. And then I just take it and snip it off. There we go. And look at how adorable that turned out. I want to take a moment to thank every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best in the world. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and be sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube likes to just kick people off of other people's stuff. One day you're subscribed, the next day you're not. So please be sure that you are subscribed. Okay, so here is the final review of the beautiful junk journal book. So sorry about the shadow, but on the first page we have those little paper flowers, and then the bunny rabbit. That's where I put a little flower and the beads. And then there's those flowers and a token of spring. Turned out really cute. I am really happy with the way this page turned out. Then you open it up and there's the little layered Easter bunnies and the tag and another little card that you could write on the back of each one of those. And then the Happy Easter, and then some more flowers. Right there is a small paper with birds on it that you can write stuff down on. There's a book right there. That's the book that more journaling areas that you could write on. And then there's more paper right there, as well as layered look on the side. And what's cool is if you think of something else, you can always go back to those same pages and add some more. So there's those, and those cute little flowers. And then the Scrabble pieces. And then on to the next one. Cute little bunny rabbit right there. It says Happy Easter. And there's the interactive page. You could turn it. And that part right there, I did make in an earlier video, but you have more journaling and thoughts that you could put down. There's the tag that sticks out. And the cute little rabbit with the baby has a little bit of blue in it, so that worked out really great. Cottontails and bunny trails, and then the two little wooden carrots. So let me know what you think, how this turned out. Me personally, I think it turned out absolutely beautiful and wonderful, and I'm just really stoked with the way it turned out. Again, I want to thank Tasha with Sunflower Tasha's for having me, as well as Tiffany. Thank you both. Tiffany with Simply Blessed Crafts. Thank you both for having me and putting on this playlist. It is super fun and super addictive. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Be sure to check out the wonderful creators and the playlist linked down below. Go ahead and follow me on all my social medias, and be sure to check out my Etsy shop. Everything will also be in the description box linked down below. And yeah, so I don't know why I did it so long, but I did. For shame on me. So go ahead and like this video, Share this video with your friends so it pushes my content out. Also, comment on the video. I do get back to the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and enjoy this crazy fun channel. We're crazy and we're fun. So please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate you guys so much. And until I see you on the next one, may God bless every single one of you. And I will see you soon. All right. Bye.